selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector. selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady that will bring it down. There's a joint on the corner where the big boys play, where the whiskey's running like the river, but they all never come for the booze and bass. I'm the one on the lady that'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. There's a joint on the corner where the big boys play, where the whiskey's running like the river, but they all never come for the booze and bass. I'm the one, I'm the lady that'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. Rock this place. Rock this place. Rock this
Okay, now. Are you ready? Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Welcome to the IPA Champions Cup, live on Sporty Stuff TV.
Well, a very, very good evening and welcome to the semi-final night here on Sporty Stuff TV Champions Cup. Got 6 absolute fantastic matches this evening. Got with me my old pal, the pundit, the player, the presenter, everything. Mark, how are you?
Jack of all trades, eh?
Jack of all trades.
Expert at
Pal, you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Yes, thank you. Are you?
You got over last night?
Oh, it was tremendous last night. The drama right to the very end. Anybody that didn't stop up to watch that, then they've missed an absolute
But before you start, I did tell you, no one would win that last night on 4 points. You got to win with more than 4, didn't I, before we started?
You did, and you got it wrong.
Well, no one won it with 4 points.
No, they didn't. You was right. So you was right in that way.
I thought it'd be 5 or 6, but there was nothing between them, was there, last night at 4 play? Absolutely classic, wasn't it?
One frame between them all, and it was sensational stuff. Drama right to the very end. And if tonight's semi-final delivers anywhere near that, we're in for a cracker as well.
And you imagine Ben Davis and Mark Farnsworth, when they were driving home last night when they left here, they could not believe how they've not got through, have they?
One frame, 2 frames here or there, and those through.
Anyway, that was last night. Tonight, semi-final night at the pool. I fancy it. I think it's good. Who we got tonight, our players?
Well, we've got the Buddha back, Craig Marsh.
Buddha.
He's one of the best breakers in the world. He really is. Sensational player, sensational ability. And then we've also got Andrew Hughes, played great in his last group game. And if he plays anything like that again, we're in for a right cracker, especially when them 2 Welsh boys get together. And then Rob Donkin. He's a really tricky customer, a quality player, an IPA winner, and he could cause a stir. And then we've got the amateur qualifier, Morgan McInnes, who was in my group. He played some great stuff that night, and he deserved to go through, and he deserves to be in this semi-final.
It's an international field tonight, isn't it? 2 Welsh, 1 Scottish, 1 English, isn't it?
Yes, it is today, yeah.
Good field, yeah. Really good. And looking at our betting odds here this evening, Craig, now these prices, you know, you can only get on up till 9 o'clock, so if you get on quick. Craig Marsh, even money. I've seen bigger, Mark. I've seen up to 11 or 8. Craig Marsh. Yeah. Drew Hughes, 4 to 1. That could be the value tonight. How he played the other night, he played really, really well, Drew, didn't he? I don't think he should be a 4 to 1 chance. Rob Donkin, 11 aboard. Pride of Essex, you know, playing really, really well. And Morgan McInnes, as you said, he never knew he was playing until midday the other day. He got straight on the train, popped down here and played out of his skin, didn't he, Mark? And that was, you know, really and truthfully, again, it's semi-final night. And the buzz, you know, is still in here. We don't know. We don't know who's going to. Andrew Hughes, I think 4 to 1's big. Look at his form, Mark.
Yeah, it is big. And if he produces some of the form he did like 2 or 3 years ago, and we saw that in his last group game, and he could easily do that. I mean, look at his win record there. 3 out of 3, and he's only dropped 3 frames. And one of them players he's beat was Ross Fernie, who's already in the Event 2 final. There is a chance of them 2 playing again on Sunday.
I thought you were going to say one of them his beat was Kevin Barton, but we never said that, did we?
There
the
he
scoffer, 4 to 1. Look, ranking 17.
And win-lose record, 7 wins, 3 losses, 40% in 2021, 40% in his career. Like I said, he's been a little bit out of form for 2 or 3 years, but he's been busy with other things. But this boy is back, and I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to how he performs.
Talking of boys, how about Morgan McInnes? We said the other day he never knew till midday he was playing. Jumped on the train at Edinburgh, got down here, the Pride of Fife they call him. And look who he practices with as well, Mark.
Yeah, Liam Dunster practices with how IPA's #1 player. And when he got here, he won 3 out of 3. And it's a magnificent performance for somebody that's been on the train all day long. And he got here, you know, it must have took 6 hours travel, stayed in a hotel, come straight down here and he's played.
And you've got to tell the viewers, if it wasn't for his mum, he wouldn't be here, would he? Because, like, he said, didn't he, when you rang him, I'll ask my mum. She done all the arrangements, got him down here, and, well, what a credit to the family, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think the family really supports Morgan into playing his pool career, and credit to both of them, and no doubt that's going to continue if he keeps performing well and if we get into all these IPA finals. Yeah. And there you go, look, he's the qualifier. Snuggles, the win-lose record, 8 wins, 2 losses, 73% in 2021 and 56% in his career. He's won an IPA amateur title, so he's no stranger to winning.
Yeah, and the Buddha.
Well, there's a former world champion, Craig Marsh is. I thought he didn't start very well in his group match against Vicky, and Vicky should have easily got a point against him. But she didn't, and he went on then to win his next 2 matches after that as well. So 3 wins, only dropped 4 frames. Craig won't mind me saying he's probably been a little bit inconsistent for the last couple of seasons. Now, can he come back here and really perform and pick up this glorious Clash Trophy?
Look at his form.
Number 4 seed. He never sort of been out of the top 5 for a while now. Win-lose record. It's not bad, is it? 8 wins, 2 losses, 61% in 2021, 63% in his career. But he is a little bit inconsistent. Now, can he really overcome that and really perform tonight?
Pride of Essex, Rob Donkin. I thought he played well the other. I know he only went through as one of the runners-ups, didn't he? Biggest runners-up. That's why he's got through to the semi-final stage this evening. But he's got a chance as well, hasn't he, tonight, Rob?
Yeah, he has, yeah. I mean, he hasn't got a 100% record. He lost to Mark Farnsworth, who's already been eliminated from the competition now. But Mark, he'll be back in Event 3. But Rob Donkin, like you said, he's got a chance. He's beat Toby Bolt, beat Wymington. So he could really go through and really cause a bit of an upset. And there's your win-lose record there. He's only got the 6 wins. And then he's got the 4 losses, 65% in 2021, 60% in his career. He's not played too much over the past couple of seasons, But let me tell you, Rob Donkin's back, and I'm sure sooner or later he's going to pick up another IPA title.
I should imagine his pal Stuart Bingham, the snooker legend, he'll be watching him tonight, cheering him on, won't he?
Yeah, and there was a chance of Stuart and Rob playing in the World Championship doubles next week.
Really?
There was, yeah, but Stuart's got other commitments, so he couldn't make it.
I can play if he wants me.
So luckily, Rob's on his own.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's what you get, isn't it? Oh, you meet someone, that's what you go. First match tonight then?
Andrew Hughes against Morgan McInnes, a great starter, it really is. And it is all about who can just control them early nerves, who can like settle down early on, and who's going to get the first 2 points. For me, it's going to be a draw. I really do think this could be a possibility.
Because the bookies can't split this, they're going 6-4 each to 2. I think Drew should be favourite on past history, you know, a bit of experience as well. But how Morgan played the other night, as you said, there's nothing in it, is there?
No, there
isn't. It could go either way.
Yeah, race to 4, 6 frames. This format it probably suits Morgan a little bit more than it does Drew. So.
And how about a 10 o'clock match on Sporty Stuff TV, live on TV? Don't forget, this is a cracker, isn't it?
Oh, this is one that could possibly decide the group. And Craig Marsh against Rob Donkin. Look, they've got previous history already. 3 matches to 0 already to Craig Marsh. 8-4, 8-7, 8-1. Who is going to win this one? There's no way either of these players can take the foot off the gas right from the start. They've got to hit the ground running straight off.
Well, the Buddha's around about even money, but we'll come to that later on. Anyway, we've got our commentary team tonight, the one and only from Canada, the Governor, gentleman Jim White, and Mr. Mark Pickworth. He's going to help Jim as well. But our referee for this evening, he's been a classic referee, hasn't he, this week? The one and only Ben Taylor Ferranti. Over to you, Ben.
Our second semifinal about to kick off. Young Morgan McInnes with the break. 6 frames. And this is some kind of drama that's going to be unfolding here. Whether it's going to be the type of drama we saw last night, well, you're going to want to stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. The young man at the table now, well, he was thrown a lifeline. A phone call from Mark Pickworth to come down and take the place of another player. Was given the green light by mom and dad, and thankfully for us and thankfully for Morgan, here he is. Won the group stage. Now he's got to continue on, and he's got a high hurdle right now facing him in his very first match, Andrew Hughes. And Mark, if you've made your way from the studio into the comm box, I thought you set this up perfectly. This match is going to be very tough to call.
10 seconds.
Yes, it is, Jim. And it's by the way, first of all, it's good to get you back here. You missed a right night last night. You really did. And no doubt you was keeping close to it, was you?
I sure was. I was actually running a snooker tournament here at my club in Toronto, and I was getting Dan Davey and Dan Fairway both updating me as it went along. And I'll tell you what, I just said, well, I'm there in spirit, guys. But it looked like it was unbelievable. It just, you know, a shame that I couldn't be there.
No, the league table at the end of it just was split by just 1 frame, which was absolutely unbelievable. Great quality, and if this is half as good as that, then wow, we're in for an absolute cracker. We really are. But I like the way Morgan plays. Really plays really great in this arena. He gets the sort of, he manages his shot clock really well, and that's what really impresses me about him.
Well, no one better to commentate really on the early going with Morgan McInnes. You played him a couple days ago, the very first match out of the gate, and actually had him 2-0, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, I did. I don't want to talk too much about that, Jim, so don't keep going on about it. But yeah, I had him off, 2-0 ahead. But Morgan, he deserved to go through. He had a lot more ability around the table and that. And he kept his calm, even 2-0 down. That's what really impressed me even more with him. He never sort of got panicked, never, rushed a shot or anything like that. And he just kept in it, and he still believed he could win that match.
Well, belief is everything in the sport. And right now, Morgan's confidence and his stature in the game is growing by the day.
Yeah,
and he's got a gap. He's just got to try and negotiate control of that white, hold for the space between the black and the yellow. And how's this for a start for the young man?
Yeah, it's exactly the start I thought it'd be. He's really up for tonight. He thinks the pressure's off him a little bit, you know, being the underdog, and I think he likes being the underdog and expects to be the underdog, especially when you're playing these big studio tournaments. And wow, what a start here.
Well, the way this guy plays, he's not going to be an underdog for long. That's for certain. And this black bottom right to kick things off for young Morgan.
Frame.
Well, if he's nervous, he doesn't show it. Off like a flyer, securing frame one, and with it, a 1-0 advantage. Perfect start. And you know that they will have spent some time on the practice table, both of these guys. And it's so important. We talk about it all the time. Having a big break, having a successful break, and being able to take it home is everything. You can park your opponent in the seat. It doesn't matter who occupies that chair if all they're doing is watching. Here we go. Drew Hughes out of his chair now.
Trailing 1 frame to
He's going to be looking to reply.
Time running.
Not going to be as straightforward as what welcomed Morgan to the table. This is going to be a dodgy one.
Yeah, both colour sets here. They've both got difficulties. I mean, I don't think he's probably going to have to take the yellows, and he's only going to have like one ball to get that yellow out in the bottom right-hand corner. I mean, he has got sort of options for both, but it just depends how he sees it. I mean, ideally, he'd like to pot one of each off here. I'm just wondering if you can pop that red into the right centre and then push that red and yellow in the plant in the top right. But it'd be a big shot. I don't think that red goes in that right centre either. Just looking at another camera angle.
10
It
seconds.
was a group winner. 12 frames won and only 3 dropped in securing that group. And as you've already noted, one that also had Ross Fernie in it, but wow. Early nerves possibly, but another chance. And you've got to punish your opponent in situations like this.
Yeah, yeah, but Morgan, he's only got the same problem as what Drew's got. So it's not really changed a lot in this frame, but I think what he has done is probably give the control to Morgan.
He takes a lot of time. He really measures his approach.
10 seconds.
Well, he didn't want that in, did he, Mark? He wanted it right over the pocket.
Yeah, he did, but it was very tricky because, I mean, if he wanted it right over the pocket, there was always a chance that he was going to sort of tie his red in with the yellow, and that's something that he didn't want to do either. So he went to try and get it as close as he can to the pocket, and that's what's made it drop.
We already know that he practices a lot with Liam Dunster up in Scotland, live about 10 minutes away from each other. And Liam, one of the best tactical players in the game, so it certainly won't do Morgan any harm hitting balls with him, will it?
No, it won't. And, I mean, Liam's, yeah, he is a great tactical player, but he's also one of the best pattern players in the world. And Morgan, he'll be picking up on all of these abilities of Liam's, and you can see some of that in the way that he plays. And here we go, look, he's really coming out of the blocks very fast.
How's that for an aggressive shot? Deserved a better fate. But that sends a message. And Hughes will know only too well now that he's got a tiger by the tail tonight. Well, would you believe he sliced that red in off the yellow, clipped the other red, knocked it in, and now he's got to play this one if there's enough room and if the angle presents itself. The one thing about playing it this way, he's got a chance to drop on the black if he gets it.
Yeah, you've got to say it's quite natural to fall on the black. It's all about pace, but he needs to make sure he pots the red and at the very least cover the pocket.
Well, there you go. Morgan McInnes. How's this for a finish? This is another one you're going to remember. We've seen some unbelievable finishes already in this event. But this one's going to be one of the highlight reel ones as well. But he still needs this.
Frame.
How about that finish for a 2-0 advantage? And against the break of Andrew Hughes, some kind of pull from the young Scot. Well, Mark, he's off to a little bit more of a flyer in the first 2 frames than he was against you.
I told you not to mention this anymore, and you've just brought it up again, haven't you? But no, you're right. But look how focused he looks. He just looks like he's really up for this. He's putting all his effort into this. He wants to get through tonight. He believes he can get through.
Just some kind of performance. The first 2 frames, dazzling for him.
Leading 2 frames to 0. Time running.
And, you know, starting a match as strongly as he has, again, sends a message not only to his opponent here, but for the ones yet to come.
Yeah, it does. And if he keeps breaking like this is just going to send shivers down to the spines of these other 2 players as well. It really is. Because look at these reds. Wow. Both colour sets are not bad.
10 seconds.
Red to the left center. Everything's open. Yeah, I'd be concerned as well, Andrew. A real look of concern on his face. And the scary part is, Mark, he really hasn't done much wrong, Andrew. He's had 1 chance at the table. It was a missed opportunity, but he really couldn't have felt that he wasn't going to be getting out of his chair in the last one.
No, not at all. I mean, because he only had the same sort of problem as what he had as well. And, well, how he got the clearance from there, he might have had a little bit of luck clipping that red in and the way that he left himself to come off the cushion to pot that red. But at the end of the day, he's took his chance, and that's what you've got to do at this game. Take your chances.
10 seconds.
Just the look on his face and just seeing how he's proceeding around the table right now, you're looking at a young man with confidence.
Yeah, you are. And the way that he's punching these balls, and when you sort of sat down and you're watching your opponent play, it's hard to take because you don't see any weakness from him.
10 seconds.
You really don't. And this has been a brilliant start here from Morgan.
Ensured to leave himself the angle on this red. He's got to get up top for that other one to the side pocket. And that black available to both bottom corners as we look. So key shot right here.
10 seconds.
Perfect. Couldn't have scripted a better start.
No, it's been absolutely faultless. It really has. And even this shot, he's taking his time over it, making sure he gets this white ball in the correct position. Yeah, he's got a bit of hampered cueing, but it should be no problem for this young lad.
Ten seconds. Frame.
A 3-0 start for Morgan McInnes. He's guaranteed himself, at the very worst, a draw and a point. But what a dream out of the gate start this is. Tremendous standard.
Yeah, these are the starts that you want, aren't they, Jim? They really are. But it don't look like faltering. It's been absolutely faultless. It really has.
Well, that's like I said, you just look at his face and it's just pure concentration. He's relaxed, and I've said it before, when you find that happy place over the pool table or a snooker table, it's a form of relaxed concentration, focus. It almost takes over the nerves. The nerves are there, but you deal with them. And Andrew can't afford any more mistakes. He knows now he can't give Morgan a chance at all.
No, not at all. You say any more mistakes, he hasn't really made a mistake. He just missed that one opportunity. But he didn't think he thought he was definitely coming back to the table. But these are the ones that he needs to be clearing up, and that's a loose shot there.
Now, when you've got a dynamo sat opposite you, sometimes you try to get those 3 frames back in one go. He feels like he has to send a message across the arena too.
Yeah, it does, but this isn't getting any easier for him. That red in that top half of that table, that's going to need some developing.
Yeah, kind of a nothing shot. Even the way that he departed the table there, it's just a lot of negativity right now in the Andrew Hughes camp.
Yeah, and I think when you're 3-0 down, Jim, you've really got to try and get all these negative thoughts out your head, because he hasn't done anything wrong, and he just needs to just calm down a bit and just take it easy, and just hopefully he's going to get another chance in this frame. Otherwise, it'll be all over.
And remember, McInnes still has a break in his bag. And that's if it gets there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he can cut this yellow back. I think he can. I mean, looking at one of the camera angles I've got here, it's a possibility, but it's just to make about how he can get onto his next yellow. Is there any guarantees?
Yeah, called it, Mark. That was the problem. The yellow available, but position. That was the big doubt.
10 seconds.
Well, I suppose we're going to see his first test now about how he's feeling.
Well, he offered his hand, almost an apology there, but I'm not sure why, because that's exactly what he was intending.
Yeah, I think it was more because he hit it thinner rather than thick, and that might have been the reason.
10 seconds.
Drew, he's in sort of all sorts of trouble here.
And again, he leaves the table. He hasn't really accomplished much, has he? Because he hasn't tied a yellow up. Morgan with a quick look to assure himself the cue ball won't get through to the yellow top left unless he's got the old shrinking ball shot in his pocket.
Yeah, not only that, the red, he's not got it out in the open. He doesn't pot into any of the bottom corners. So he's really second favourite for this frame now.
He needs to play a positive shot here, get himself back in contention in this frame. And I'm not sure that's it.
No, definitely not one of his better shots. And he needs to settle down quickly. I mean, he's not out of this yet. He might be out of this match, but he's not out of this tournament.
10 seconds.
Still going to have another 2 matches. But Morgan here just needs to hold himself together now. And he just needs to get this match over the line. And what a start it will be. A 4-0 win. It really will be astonishing.
I would have liked to have got that cue ball down a little further to get on that yellow to the center pocket, and he's not there. So he's going to have to come with some real good positional play here. This is a thinnish cut on this yellow, and I don't think he can hold for the yellow to the right side. Well, not unless he can pull it into the red now. This is the big positional shot right here. And I can't see how he can get that cue ball back down for the yellow because it almost looks like he has to contact the red.
Yeah, and even if he tries and sort of pinches a bit of the middle pocket, that white will be just going towards the jaws. I don't think it's possible to get back down the table.
Actually, he hit that about as well as he could. Just slightly overhit the pace, but half a chance. He needs this in or over the pocket.
Well, I fancy him getting in this one, Jim. He just looks so focused now. I think he's just going to finish the job off here and now.
So if you're Andrew here, are you looking for cover over on the right-hand side of the table?
I mean, yeah, the way that Morgan's left this white, I mean, if he'd have left Andrew any of these balls to be potted easily, he would have been taking them on. But for me, he's going to have to cover it now.
Cool.
But one mistake and it's over.
I don't think that's hard enough. I guarantee you Morgan can get through to this yellow. So he's just giving him a chance to get to the winning line right here.
Yeah, yes. I mean, he could have over sort of topped that through quite by a mile, and he's underhit that by some distance.
Well, a real big shot. It goes without saying. A chance for a 4-0 start over a former group winner here. And what a nail in the coffin it would be for Andrew Hughes.
10 seconds.
So Morgan just got to stay still and deliver that cue straight. And it's there. What a dream start. Morgan McInnes, 4-0 over Andrew Hughes. A terrific black to punctuate what was an unbelievable standard that he presented us with. Well, everybody has to be impressed there. And I know that both Gary and Mark were guys. Doesn't get a lot better than that.
A star is born, Jim. Unbelievable, wasn't it? 4-0, eh? Did you play him the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I've probably built him up for this now,
Yeah,
haven't
you
I?
built him up. It
That's
was
all
only
I'm
you
saying.
that made him win 4-0.
No, you're right. What a great start. Don't take nothing away from this young lad. And anybody that underestimates him, they've got a shot coming. They really have. This boy can play. He's come here to play tonight. He's come here to get through this group and make this Sunday's Event 2 final.
With them 4 words, what I think I use, a star is born, could be true, couldn't it?
Oh, very easily, yeah.
In the
definitely.
pool world, because no one knew him before, did I? I know he's an amateur.
yes,
he's an
I do,
amateur and he's a sparring partner, as you say, with.
He's known in the pool world, he really is, yeah.
But not what you've seen here, is it? You wouldn't credit him like to be how he's come out there, would you, Mark?
Well, I mean, no one sort of predicted him to sort of winning 4-0, but I guarantee Morgan McInnes knew he was probably going to win that match 4-0 because he looks in great form. He looks so steady. He looks like he's at home. Yeah. He really does.
He started this party well tonight, hasn't he? Semi-final night at the pool, but what a start, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Right, and the next match coming on at 10 o'clock, Mark. What do you think here? Well, would a Butter win?
Well, Craig Marsh against Rob Donkin. Like we said at the start in our summary, that we think this is probably going to be the one that could decide the group. But what are these two thinking now they've just seen Morgan win 4-0?
They're sitting downstairs, robbing the butter, thinking, hang on a minute, who we got next to play tonight? But great match, looking forward to it. Don't forget, we're on 10 o'clock, we're on Sporty Stuff TV. So we're going to have a nice little cup of tea and a few custard creams, and we'll see you at 10 o'clock live for Sporty Stuff TV Champions Cup.